Joined now by Anthony Walker. How good is it just to be back in the building? I know it's just good to see you guys back here getting to work and getting the season underway.
Yeah, finally able to get things started. A long off season, but taking the right precautions and everything like that. That everyone's safe and healthy, and now we're back to work, and it's good to see all the guys. Monday was like a family reunion almost. Guys just happy to see each other and get back to work.
It is certainly like a family, and you talked about that reunion. Was there someone in particular that you were most excited to see once you were back in the building, back in the locker room together?
Yeah, Darius, but I see him all the time. But you think about guys on the opposite side of the ball, that you haven't seen in a while. Paris, I see Jacoby all the time, so he doesn't really count. But Phillip Rivers, all the new guys and stuff like that, just to see how they mesh in the locker room. Definitely was excited to see Defo, the big guy up front. So being able to see him for the first time in person and meet him, was pretty cool.
Chris Ballard was asked last week about some of the position battles that he finds most intriguing. And of course, he listed a number of them that he's looking to in camp, but highlighting those with the linebacker group, especially the depth that there is. How much do you guys thrive with that competition that you have within that room?
The one thing about our linebacker room is, nobody wants to be the weak link. Everybody's striving, pushing each other, and that brings out the best in all of us, and it helps our defense be, a great defense. So, from tackles to, knowing your assignments, everything like that, everything's a competition. We all want to be right. We all want to, make the play and everything like that. So that definitely just does nothing but fuel the fire, in our room and brings out the best of it, bringing out the best competition in us.
Well, you mentioned DeForest Buckner. He kind of led a bit of a jersey shuffle among the defense this offseason. He takes 99. Justin Houston snags 50 away from you. You go to 54. Now, I'm not going to ask all went on behind the scenes to make all of that happen, but why 54? And I know this is going to take me a while to get used to seeing you not in 50 after 3 years of seeing you in the 5-0.
Yeah, it's taking me I'm watching the film. I'm like, who's 50? Oh, that's me. Again, I've always, had, different meanings for numbers and everything like that. 50 kind of stuck with me for a little bit, and 54 has another meaning. I always say I'll explain, when I'm done playing on why I wore every number that I've worn, So, I'll leave that for them. But, just happy to see those guys get the numbers. Defo obviously had to have the 99. Justin going back to 50, what he's used to. As long as those guys are happy and they're keeping us clean at linebacker and they're getting their sacks and everything like that, I'm all good with it as, the road to the Super Bowl begins.
Being one number away from Darius Leonard, I'm sure played a role in that too, right? Come on.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I had to make sure. I told him I either had to get 52 or 54 to make it happen, and Ben wasn't giving up 52, so I'll take 54, though.
It's a good lineup right there. Well, what else is different about Anthony Walker in year 4 besides the jersey number?
For me, it's the same mindset. 1% better each day, want to know each day. I think, my maturity as far as, within the system and knowing, the ins and outs of the playbook is going to continue to grow. Is going into my 3rd year in the system. So just the small things like that. Right now, it's the small details that we have to focus on and lock in on. Everybody's good at this level. Everybody's great at this level. The thing about football as you keep going up is the details start to matter that much more. And, right now, I'm just trying to really focus on the details within our system, but also within my game.
You mentioned the addition of big number 99, DeForest Buckner. Where do you guys benefit most, and your immediate impressions of finally getting inside the building, getting to work alongside him?
Yeah, I think we benefit, I want to say in every aspect of the game. Run defense, pass defense. It's hard to throw over somebody that's 6'7", and can get to you in 2 seconds. That's really tough. If you watch the Super Bowl, I watched it the other day, and Patrick Mahomes, had to take a 7-8 step drop on a throw, just to get a completion because he knew, Defo was coming. So, his work ethic, you see that day in, day out already. His mindset to be the best is what it is. So we know what he brings to the table, and we're happy to have him on our team.
Well, speaking of work ethic, I know you always have that diligent work ethic in the offseason. You spent more time in South Florida, of course, this offseason than you typically would being away from the facility. But in that time, you were able to put some work in with Xavier Rhodes. What impact do you see him able to make immediately within this Colts secondary? What does he bring in to this defense?
First and foremost, he brings that Miami swagger, that I love. We
Can't have enough of that.
Exactly. We're training and talking trash to each other, having fun, competing, and everything like that. But he's a leader. He's a leader, number one. Somebody who's all pro. He's an all pro for a reason. Pro Bowler, everything like that. Xavier is. His fiery competition. His. Don't want to let, anyone catch a ball on him. That's just going to make our secondary that much better. When you have a guy like that, you add to Kenny Moore, you add to Malik Hooker back there, just all the additions that we've made this offseason, will really, help us as a defense. But I think, Xavier and Defoe were probably the two biggest ones that I was most excited about, just because I know how big the pass defense is. When you talk about rush and cover, you add a top cover guy and you add a top rush guy, that's that makes our defense that much better.
Well, one of the signatures of this defense is that you guys play so hungry. All of you play with that chip on your shoulder. When you look from January to now, where have you individually made the biggest improvements, and where have you seen this unit in its entirety make the biggest leaps?
Yeah, I'll go back again to the details, the why we do what we do, why we play the coverage the way we play it, and, everything like that, just going out and the execution. I think we've had our cleanest, walkthroughs for the beginning of camp since I've been here, because, guys have taken the time to be more attentive to the details in the Zoom meetings. And, again, we've gone over the same defense, probably two or three times now. But, when you get on the field, I think those meetings have really helped us. And now that we're, on the field now and actually, able to walk through some of the stuff and everything like that, guys are very, very sharp. And, for our defense, for day one, day two, that's pretty big for us.
Now, before I let you go, AWOC, there's a video that went up this week with your good friend Kenny Moore. He took the camera for a day and got to take us kind of behind the scenes from his perspective. He made you go to work a little bit too. He put you on cinematography duties. How much fun did you guys have?
No, I had fun with him, man. Kenny's, a great spirit always to be around. He was in Miami with us as well. I spent a lot of time with him this off season, and just kind of got to know the outside of football, Kenny Moore, and you realize that he's a special person. Just someone always brings joy to your day, no matter what kind of day you're having. I'll go over there like, man, I'm tired. He's like, man, just let's go get in the pool, or throw me in the pool, or we playing video games, whatever it is, and just always bright. And we had a great off season, during a really, really bad time in our world, but just always somebody fun to be around. And as you see in the video, that's really Kenny Moore all day. Always having fun, dancing, everything like that. Did put me to work. I'm holding the camera while he's opening his Emmy Award and everything like that. Shout out to the Colts, media staff and everything like that, for getting that award. But yeah, it was pretty dope.
Always fun getting to talk to you, AWOC. Don't look for number 50 because he's number 54 in 2020. Great to see you. Great to have you back. We'll talk to you real soon.
All right, now have a good one. Appreciate y'all having me on.